Hello friends, today I am going to discuss about steroids and terpenoids. Triterpenoids and steroids, these compounds with carbon skeleton based on 6 isoprene units, means consist of 6 isoprene units. We will see later on about 6 isoprene units. Then they derived biosynthetically from the acyclic C30 hydrocarbon. Relatively complex cyclic structure, most either alcohols, aldehydes or carboxylic acids. They are colorless, crystalline, often melting, optically active substance which generally difficult to characterize because lack of chemical reactivity. Lieberman-Buchet reaction or test that used to identify both triterpenoids and steroids. In this test, acetic anhydride then concentrate H2SO4 that added into sample blue-green color that indicate the presence of triterpenoids and sterols or steroids. Triterpenoids. It derived from two molecules of farnesyl pyrophosphate joined together to produce the precursor squalene. In short, squalene ring or squalene is act as a precursor for the formation of triterpenoids. The pharmaceutically most important are the pentacyclic triterpenoids. It is also called saponins. There are two types of saponins, pentacyclic triterpenoids and steroidal saponins. Okay, pentacyclic steroidal saponins means tetracyclic. The saponins are soap-like. They are glycosides consisting of a large aglycone. Is also called sapogenin, non-polar, and a sugar molecule means polar in nature. This dual nature leads to surface activity. Plants containing saponins have long been used for their detergent properties. Then see steroidal saponins. Okay, triterpenoidal saponins means pentacyclic triterpenoids and steroidal saponins means tetracyclic saponins. See example of this group includes Sarsaparilla and diogenin. The steroidal saponins are much less widely distributed in nature than the pentacyclic triterpenoid saponins. Plant steroidal sapogenins, it is also that is the aglycone part, are often used as starting material for the synthesis of the sex hormones testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, corticosterones and mineralocorticoids. So these are the different hormones. They are synthesized from a glycone or the agenin moiety of the triterpenoidal saponin. Diogenin that obtained from the tubers of the vine like yams or Dioscorea, an important food in many countries like potatoes. This yam looks like potatoes or is used in European countries. Then a variety of species exist including Dioscorea alata, Dioscorea batatas, Dioscorea villosa. So many other varieties of Dioscorea genus, variety or the species having the steroidal compound that is diogenin, effectively used in the treatment of diseases or disorders or used for the manufacture of sex hormones and some corticosteroids. Then see steroidal saponins. So this is the structure of diogenin, also called tetracyclic triterpenoids. Okay, found in many monocotyledonous such as wild yam. Yam, that is the synonym for Dioscorea species. Here Dioscorea villosa. So that given saponin. Example diogenin that is the chief or active constituents of the Dioscorea deltoida, that is the tubers. Also found in dicotyledonous fenugreek that also contain diogenin. So that's why the Dioscorea and fenugreek both are used in the treatment of rheumatism. They have anti-rheumatism property or the activity and used for the manufacture of sex hormones and the corticosteroids. Then Strophanthus and digitalis contain both steroidal saponin and cardiac glycoside. Okay, here we want to focus only on the examples of steroidal saponins and triterpenoidal saponins. Example of triterpenoidal saponin, that is diogenin, and example of steroidal saponin, that is leucorise. Then Dioscorea. Source, it consists of dried tubers of Dioscorea deltoida, Dioscorea composita and other species of Dioscorea belonging to family Dioscoreaceae. Synonyms of Dioscorea: yam, rheumatism root. Then geographical source, mainly it occurs in north, western Himalaya, USA, Mexico. Chemical constituents, mainly they contain glycosides, simalagenin, then episimilagenin, beta isomer of yamogenin, enzyme sapogenase, then rhizome, that part contains 75% starch and phenol, then roots that contains main or chief active constituent, that is diogenin. Diogenin occurs 4 to 6%, then steroidal sapogenin. So these are the main active constituents of the roots. Then diogenin is hydrolytic product of saponin diosine. Diosine, so that is saponin glycoside. Upon hydrolysis, it yields or it produces diogenin. Diogenin is therapeutically active molecules or the useful molecules in the treatment of rheumatism. There are different uses of diogenin. So mainly here mention use in the manufacturing of progesterone, steroidal drugs, contraceptives, and use in the treatment of arthritis. So see here diogenin structure, so related to the Dioscorea deltoida. Okay, diosine, that is the saponin glycoside. Upon hydrolysis it gives diogenin. Then see Dioscorea steroids. So here is only given actually wild yam, that convenient source for steroidal saponins which can be converted into synthetic hormones for use in contraceptives. See example here, diogenin that converted to progesterone. Intermediate compound is there, dihydropregnolone acetate. Means diogenin that converted to dihydropregnolone acetate and then that converted to progesterone. Progesterone, that is the hormone responsible for maintaining, means for the development and growth of ovary in the uterus, or development of the uterus in the mother. Then test of steroids, Lieberman-Buchert reaction or test, and Salkowski reaction. Mainly these two tests or the reactions are used to identify steroids. Lieberman-Buchert test, in which plant extracts that dissolve in acetic anhydride, then add 1 ml of concentrated H2SO4, then means along the sides of test tube, formation of green color that indicate the presence of steroids. Salkowski reaction, in which plant extracts that dissolve in chloroform, then add sulfuric acid along the side of test tube, formation of red color or brown color that indicate the presence of steroids. This test is nothing but the Salkowski test, but this test is used to distinguish steroids from triterpenoids. So say add 10 ml of chloroform to 2 ml of extracts, then add 1 ml of acetic anhydride, then add 2 ml of concentrated H2SO4 along the side of test tube. If red or pink color produces at the junction, so it indicates the presence of triterpenoids. And if blue-green color that appears, so indicate the presence of steroids. Means in this test, so when we dissolve plant extracts or when we take plant extracts in a test tube and then add acetic anhydride and then add concentrated H2SO4 along the test tube, if blue-green color that appears, so indicate the presence of steroids, or if red or pink color that produces at the junction, it indicates the presence of triterpenoids. So this is the test, so thereby we can distinguish steroids from triterpenoids. Thank you friends, thank you one and all. So we will see next part in next video.